And we've been hard on him. We've said he looked tired getting off the bus. He had the bus and he ran over it, his opponent today.
I want a T-shirt. That was just amazing.
Dylan Alton and Murphy at 157 pounds. Brian Murphy having a good year for the Michigan Wolverines. We talk about freshmen. This guy, a true freshman, graduated from Glenbard North High School, same high school as Tony Ramos for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and he was a part of Sean Bormet's club, Overtime Club, and never won a state title, but they saw something in him and brought him in, and all he's doing is starting for the Wolverines at 157. Of course, Dylan Alton, an All-American, junior, twin brother of Andrew, who just ran out of steam, and we talked about whether or not that would happen because he's still coming back from the injury, and Grajales put the pressure on and finished it off.
Well, there was still takedown of what looked to be back points to me in that match. I mean, Alton was able to, when the pilot light was out, was able to go ahead and kindle a little bit of ignition there and get it going again, which was really impressive on his part. But, you know, Grajales just kept coming, which is, I think that's just a signature. I mean, it's going to one of the best matches we'll ever see here on Big Ten Network. But, you know, controversial calls, exciting action, both guys going out there and throwing everything they had out there. And you know, for Alton, the gas tank isn't really all the way full yet. And but you know, you beat an All-American like that, that's something. But yeah, pretty tough for the older, well, the twin brother to go out there and wrestle. And he's in on a single leg here with elbow deep on Murphy. So he's going to go ahead and come all the way back. It's in the outer third. I like to see guys, instead of trying to finish there on the outer third, when you have that leg up high, come all the way back to the center of the mat. Give yourself as much real estate as you can to be able to finish. And, you know, it does take a lot of energy to stand up there on one leg like that. But what you try to do is get your hips close to the man and see how that hip separation between the two guys. Now he brings his hips in, he dives in.
Murphy able to get separation as Alton let go of the leg, tried to drive through with an attack, and no points, 0-0, 45 seconds left in the first period. Alton, the junior out of Mill Hall, Pennsylvania, Central Mountain High School, All-American, he's a junior this year.
Well, I think what Murphy wants to try to do is keep the match, pace the match high, probably not. Alton is pretty solid physically, got great hips. Saw his brother hit some big moves when Grajales got in on the legs, but keep that high pace of the match high and see if you can take advantage of any opportunities in conditioning.
Set.
You know, Altons are in the lineup, but you know, Penn State's so deep. You know, 149. Bites has wrestled really well.
Tremendous,
yes. You know, he's just done a great job, and now Dylan Alton in the lineup.
And Volruth was in there.
Volruth did a great job here for him. So, you know, I'm sure that these guys are kind of on notice that they don't get it going here.
Let's go to Shane.
Brian Murphy, true freshman, as you said, Sam, he never won a state title. Very quiet personality, but as you can see, fierce on the mat. Talking to Coach McFarland, said he's tough, hard-nosed, and stingy. Situation was he was having success in the room, and they weren't getting the production they wanted out of the weight class. So Coach McFarland brought Murphy into his office and asked him what he thought about competing, just to see what his body language and reaction was. Said he got a big smile, and Coach McFarland knew right then his time was now.
No points on that flurry out of bounds. Murphy will go back down where he chose to begin the second period. Thank you, Shane, on that insight on this true freshman and how he came into the lineup.
Here we go. Yep.
Murphy do a nice job of popping up. You know, freshmen are usually easier to ride, but if you know that activity and that scrambling that he was able to do in that first sequence there, then he just pops up and Alton gives him the cheap escape. So a lot of times you get out just because you give good effort, and guys don't, you know, who are inclined to maybe slow down the match, just don't want to continue to, you know, ride a guy. And we talked a little bit. There's certain guys out there that actually tire out their opponents from the bottom position because they're able to go ahead and keep the pace of the match high. And clearly Alton wants to slow this down. slow it down and then explode like he's really capable of doing here with his offense.
Brian Murphy, the true freshman, already with a victory over Minnesota's Dylan Ness. That's a quality victory for a true freshman.
Center. Center.
Ness, of course, who beat the NCAA champion Derek St. John in the Minnesota-Iowa meet on BTN.
That's a good look at the vision of Dylan Alton right there. So he's almost looking into the eyes of Murphy. Wasn't really even, normally you see guys that they look either at the knee level or look a little bit lower. See the vision that Murphy has is not high at all.
Come on, guys. Look, guys. Just work through this. Look, guys. Come on. They're both doing it. They're both grabbing hands. Let's go, guys. Stay in here. Come on.
Yeah, the referee is really verbal, and I get that because that's what we do. But the both guys collar to collar.
Let's go.
25 seconds left in the second period, 1-0. The escape by Brian Murphy in the second period, the only score so far. The true freshman gets the All-American junior from Penn State, holding his own and more.
See that vision of Alton there at the Penn State. It was a good look at it. He just looks high. He's looking at the chest and shoulders of his opponent, at least from this angle that we have. And, you know, he's not even looking for a shot at this point in the match. And
It's the end of the second period. So Alton will go choose down. He'll get his opportunity to score from the bottom. Brian Murphy in a close match. There's a good look at Dylan Alton. And Brian Murphy, used to close matches. He lost a close 7-5 sudden victory decision to the #1 ranked undefeated James Green from Nebraska. And as I said, has already beaten Dylan Ness. Well, right now, it's 1-1 with the All-American from Penn State, Dylan Alton.
Good job by Alton there, exploding up here. Notice how he got his hips out, kept his elbows in. Got the quick escape.
So again, it's senior day here at Cliff Keen Arena, and it's sold out. And you got a crowd that got reawakened after losing 3 straight matches. Penn State comes out and wins 2 regular decisions and a major decision, is out front 10-0, but a Penn can make it close fast, Jim, and that's what Grajales got over Alton at 149.
So if you're a guy like Murphy who likes to keep a high pace this match and move, and a guy's slowing you down like that, you got to be careful not to just slow down to what Alton's pace is right now, because once Alton feels that you're wrestling at his pace, then he'll explode through on a deep shot. And I think that's what's really going on. Alton's a pretty good scrambler, and it's just tough to get out of his head-hands defense. But when he goes, he goes all the way.
Let's go.
I think that's what that Murphy is trying to do, maybe do a little bit more in and out here. You get tied up with ear to ear with these guys with your feet on the railroad tracks. There's an elbow pass situation. There's the explosion I was talking about here with Alton. Scrambling opportunity. Nice job of bringing his head back down. Now this is really well done by the freshman. He's keeping his balance. He's stuffing the head at the right time.
Got to get the hips heavy.
Yeah, he's got to cut the corner. See how he moved the head one more time? Now he comes back to the ankle. Now he's in a good position to score with the crotch leg.
And if there's no score, we'll go to sudden victory. And no points.
No, 1 minute.
1 minute, sudden victory. Here's your overtime criteria. We'll put a minute on the board. If anybody scores a takedown, they win. If they don't, then it remains tied 1-1. They'll go to 2 30-second periods. We'll talk about it when it happens.
That was excellent defense on the feet by Brian Murphy. If you looked at how many times he stuffed the head one direction and the other before he cut the corner on him, that was just really well done. This crowd is into it.
Well, that's because of Eric Grajales has come from behind Penn. Really got him going. 37 seconds left in the sudden victory period. The first sudden victory period.
30 seconds halfway through the period. There's the attempt, counter shot. This in and out type of action, I think, really favors Murphy. think that's what he's going to have to do to get Alton moving. And you saw what Alton likes to do. He likes to pass the elbow and get in on the shot.
Short time and sudden victory here at 157 pounds. Big, big opportunity for Michigan. If their freshmen can come out with a win, it'll really tighten the dual meet score up. And it looks like we're going to go to the 2 30-second periods.
You are going to keep advantage. Your choice. What do you want? These tiebreakers will be continuous. Russell will start the down position and then we will flip.
Yep, Alton's going to go ahead.
Get set.
Alton takes down to begin the 30-second period. That means Brian Murphy will have the same position.
Cover, Green.
Murphy didn't really try to ride. Now he gets the leg in right away. And Alton pretty good at getting out on legs. It's going to be a battle. Wow, he was able to get him
nice
flat.
job. Look at the hip now. The arch, the ride.
Ed Giese would be proud of this. Team overtime, working the legs.
What a ride. What an effort by this freshman. Last year, wrestling at Glenbard North. This year, trying to defeat an All-American, Dylan Alton, in overtime and bring his team closer to the #1 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions going into intermission.
Works up, hand fighting.
Can he break the grip? Can he break that grip?
But he comes back in on that rear. He's going to be able to keep high. If he can work and keep his head all the way through the technique, he'll get the 2. That's close to giving it.
2 points, reversal. Potentially dangerous, no points, 2 points. Oh,
it just wasn't worth it. Ugh.
He got the 2, or did he give the 2?
He gave the 2-point reversal and called potentially dangerous. And you see the outside of the knee was really stressed.
He gave the 2.
Yep.
So it's 2 reversal.
Watch this leg right here. Keeps high. All right.
Are you going to do a video review? Yep. Okay.
All right. Comes up. And the leg is hooked. I think he's around top. It's a tough call. But he calls the reversal right there. And you see the scream right there because of that outside of the knee is really in bad shape. So he called the 2-point reversal, then potentially dangerous.
But they had it on the board.
Crazy matches.
I waved off the reversal and called potential. There's no reversal. I called.
Oh, waved off. Okay, he waved off
Injury time continues,
the reversal,
so he's ready.
called potentially dangerous. So it's still 1-1.
That's going right. You good? Hey, you good?
So what? Why the 1?
Tell me when he's time because I can't. I need to watch injury time before.
Because it's still 1-1 from regulation.
Okay.
And Alton did not escape in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Murphy still has. Okay, they're going to do a video review, and that's going to be on behalf of Michigan's Joe McFarland.
One more time.
It's still on the board. He took it off.
1-1 score. Okay, right here. What's tough to call on this is see how the foot of Murphy is up underneath the armpit of Alton, up high, almost across the back. And that's what makes it different right there. See that left toe of Murphy. Of course, you see the angle of the knee right there, which is really tough. I mean, this might have been a potentially dangerous call, but you see the reversal call. All right. Now he's waving it off. I just don't know what he's doing.
Okay. But he has to. Oh, your choice. Hey, so I just watched it. Actually, I did too, and I waved it off like within a half a second. So, no, I mean, he had that foot the whole time. You watch the video?
It's no different than the team you gave.
Yes, it was. Okay, that might was.
To the center.
So they lost their video. Okay, video review's over. Call stands. It should be 1-1. Should be 1-1. Okay? Yes, sir. Hey,
8 seconds. But more importantly, what's the status of Murphy's knee?
Right, exactly. And I think that's what Brian Murphy's thinking about, too.
Yeah.
It's hurt.
First injury time. Your choice. Bottom.
Might not be feeling this, but it's clear that knee was in a precarious situation.
And so with
just have to
injury
deal with
time,
it.
Okay, well, how many you keep it?
with injury time, does Alton get the opportunity to go underneath with this 8 seconds. Here's the action coming up as we wait. Illinois at Purdue, Michigan at Nebraska, Michigan State at Indiana, Northwestern at Illinois, Michigan at Iowa, all on streaming, BTN streaming. And yes, because of the injury time, the rule.
Penn State has their choice of position due to the injury timeout by Michigan.
Yes.
Good catch, Tim.
And you heard it from the announcer. And so, 8 seconds for Alton to get out and win. That's one of the new rules. Automatically on injury time, the uninjured wrestler then gets his choice on how to go when they begin again.
Murphy put in the legs.
No points. He didn't expose the back. He pulled him on top. By rule, no back points. And we're going to go to the second 1-minute sudden victory.
Leave the riding time on here, but do not run it. 1 minute. Here we go. What do you got, set? Put on line, put on line. Set.
We don't get him more wilder than this, Jim.
Yeah, it's
back to back.
16 seconds of riding time, though, for Murphy. Situation here where Alton's working hard off that underhook. Now he's going to limp the arm out. Tries to stuff again, cut the corner. It's a bit of better position to score. Elbow deep. It's the other knee, but it's the knee that's on the ground here that Murphy had. Now,
and he had a doubt about the knee. Has got a lot of pain in the knee. Alton comes through with the 2 points in the second sudden victory. Dylan Alton wins. The number 4 ranked wrestler comes through, wins this close match in overtime.